Welcome to Chai After Dark, everyone. I'm Shabnam, and I'm here with my co-host Sameem. And today we're covering American Desi, a throwback American Desi movie, pun intended, from 2001. What's up, Sameem?
I thought you were covering me. You're like, I'm covering American Desi, me and 2 million other people in this country.
I know. 2 million, probably like, I don't know, 10 million.
Probably 50 million with illegal immigration.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I right? Oh my God. Dude, this movie is ridiculous. What do you think? On a like ridiculous 1 to 10 level, what's...
Completely ridiculous.
Yeah, out of bounds.
It's like...
Right.
It did not age well. And it was probably only good for a year.
Yeah.
Or something, you know?
It did get 38% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it... Really quick. So this movie, American Desi, I don't know if there was something in the water in the late 90s and early 2000s, but there was American Desi with Kal Penn. There was Where's the Party Yar? Before Where's My Car Dude? They fucking ripped it off a Desi movie that has Kal Penn in it. Then there's a movie called Green Card that has this guy Krishna in it as the main character. And they're all just sort of like raunchy. This wasn't raunchy, but you know what I mean? Just like sort of like these movies, American Pie type. And I think that's where the inspiration came from. So there's like a collection of these movies from early 2000s. All did not age well.
So random. It's so random.
And the dude, Shabnam, really quick. Do you want to know who directed and made this movie, American Desi?
Tell me.
Okay. So his name is Piyush Dinkar Bandia.
Okay.
He was born in 1968 in India. He's written 2 movies. American Desi was in 2001, so he was only 33 when he directed this movie. He graduated from Rutgers University in 1990 with a degree in computer science, but hold on. You know Cool Runnings, right? He didn't direct Cool Runnings. I'm not gonna. That's not what I'm about to say.
Okay, I was gonna be
I'm
like,
just trying to build some suspense while we do this. So he made American Desi in 2001. He's only made one other movie in his whole life.
And?
Because he's a computer scientist. He works at a tech company. I think this kid is just, like we always say, we are the best. We can make movies while having full-time jobs. You know what he made? In 1991, he made a movie called Hangin' with the Homeboys.
Hangin' with the Homeboys?
2 blacks, 2 Puerto Ricans. This is what the description says. I don't just say 2 blacks. Party people try to get their footing in life. And one of the kids is Doug E. Doug. He's the guy with the dreads and Cool Runnings, the funny kid.
Oh, my God.
The guy that says,
this is so insane.
Dinka, you dead, man? That guy.
Yeah, I feel like I might need to just like take a peek at that movie because this is so insane.
You used to hang out with the homeboys back in the day, right?
Descaro?
Come on. We are nothing if not racist. Hey, this is American Desi. If you guys have not seen the movie, and I know a lot of people listen to us because, we're entertaining even when you don't watch it. So watch this movie. Please, please, please spend the time to watch this movie and then come back and listen to us.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. It's free.
Yeah.
There's no ads if you have YouTube Premium. Watch it and then come back because, I don't know, there's some stuff that we want to talk about today and you got to go watch it.
Yeah, so this has got like a lot of tropes in it, a lot of stereotypes. It's got very much of a coconut kid who's like brown on the outside and wants to be white on the inside. So that's kind of where we start. So we see Krishna, aka Chris. He wants to go by Chris. I'm not going to call him Chris. I'm going to call him Krishna. And he's going off to college with his white buddy Eric. Yeah. And his parents send him off with the puja, a prayer. And of course, Eric's included in the prayer too. The mom, prays for both of them. And so he goes off to college, drives there, settles in. He's this, very coconutty kind of character. And he ends up in a quad with, I'm saying Fabi, and no offense to anybody who takes offense to that term, but we're talking about new immigrants, right? So there's 2 new immigrants, Jagjit, who's a Sikh guy with a turban, and then also a new immigrant named Salim Ali Khan, who's a Muslim guy. And then there's Kal Penn's character, who seems like they are trying to say he's a African, an Indian person
I don't know how
that
do you
lived in Africa.
Yeah, how do you describe this?
Kind of like how Mississippi Masala, right? Like I think they're trying to say like he had so it's very tropey, and tropey African American culture seems to be like how they're making him present himself. But I guess that they're trying to say that he has this African Indian heritage, and that's why like maybe when he came to America he like I don't know.
Well, I don't know if he came to America,
weird.
but he definitely came across as a Desi suburban kid trying to act black more so than a black person from Africa. I guess he's the
That's true.
Zohran Mamdani.
Yeah.
This is 24 years ago.
Well, that's what It was very weird, but yeah.
So when they describe these four kids, it's like a skit almost. Krishna really, really, really does not care about his culture. He doesn't care about his name. He doesn't care about anything, and he just says it. And then, of course, he has 3 Indian roommates, and he's just...
Yeah, and he wants to date white girls and party with white people and be white.
And he's... Shabnam, when they first start the movie, it's such a 80s John Hughes breakfast at Tiffany's kind of house, right? that he's growing up in. And he's like... First of all, he's like a 38-year-old man in the movie.
Yeah. He's
old.
These people are not in high school.
Kal Penn's probably the youngest.
They haven't been in high school. Yeah, they're like 20 years out of high school.
And
it's crazy.
And they're, I don't even know how to describe it. It's not like Dawson's Creek. Remember that?
Okay.
They were like in high school, but they were adults too. These are uncles and aunties playing these characters.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. There was a lot of good music, and so I only really wrote down a few songs, like when they're driving to college.
Oh, you're right.
His dad leaves the tape of Mira Juta Hai Japani in the car, and then he like takes it out. He's like, "Come on, Dad," and he throws the tape away. And
I'll see if I can drop that in. Here, we've been getting hit by some copyright, so
we'll see.
You know what we got hit with a copyright on? Just really quick. We do drop music in these episodes if there's any new listeners. So we're trying to not just ramble, but we got copywritten by that Santa Claus song that we did for Happy Holidays, a 2-minute episode that we released on Christmas.
Are you serious?
We got copyrighted for that.
It's
in our email.
Insane.
I saw it this morning.
Right. Oh my God! Seriously?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? We got so what happens? Do we need to take that down?
No, it removes the song from the episode somehow. I don't know, or it's from YouTube. It's still in the episode on Apple and Spotify.
Oh my gosh, that is funny. That is really funny. I'm like so curious now
Type in
about
YouTube.
this. Oh, video. Oh, happy. Oh, damn. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But we'll figure all that out. So anyways, so Kal Penn's character's name is AJ, right? So he's the one that is just, he's got an African-American, like a black influence from whatever that may be. I don't know. It's weird movie that did not age well. And then we have Salim, like I said, and Jagjit and Chris, aka Krishna, and they go buy textbooks. This is like one of the first things they do. And, they're all like, "Oh, Krishna, come with us to buy textbooks." And he's like, "My name is Chris, Kris." And he like walks away from them in the textbook store, and they're all like, looking for their books. So Jagjit's cousin is getting married, turns out. And AJ, Kal Penn's character, suggests buying the Kama Sutra as a wedding present. And they're all embarrassed. Yeah, and Jagjit is like, "Put it back before someone sees us." It's like, dude, there's no aunties and uncles in this textbook store besides you guys.
Yeah, but there was 2 girls there, and they did see him, and then he puts it away, or he like forwards the book a little bit, and they're like, "Ew!" It's just, it's so funny. This is all in the first 5 minutes, by the way. So Chris leaves his house, drives to college without his parents, with white boy Eric.
Yeah.
Within a minute, he meets 3 people. He tells them to fuck off, essentially, and they go and like start talking shit about him at the textbook store. So it's a very Desi specific thing, I guess. But then they do everything they can to help him throughout the movie. So I don't even understand they're nice boys. These are the epitome of nice
Yeah.
boys, even though they're super
Yeah.
red flaggy and misogynistic at the same time. All of these characters
Yeah.
have interesting character development arcs. I don't really think people are like this.
Yeah, and they're abrupt character development arcs too. It's kind of wild. So Salim basically tells Jagjit at the shop that he would never marry an Indian girl from America.
This movie escalates.
because-
I'm sorry. We're 6 minutes into this movie, and here comes the most misogynistic shit I've ever heard. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's like, I would never marry a girl from America because when I come home from work, he says this, when I come home from work, she'll be like, Salim, let's go out for dinner again. I'm tired. I work too. And it's like, what the hell? And he's like, at least with a girl from India, I know she'll cook well. And Jagjit is like, what the hell? Jagjit, meanwhile, is buying art supplies because as we'll find out, Jagjit really likes art. He wants to study art and he loves drawing and painting. And obviously his dad would like tie up his balls. What does he say? He says the craziest shit. Like his dad just would,
staple his
kill him
balls to his chin or something. Yeah, I don't know. That's from Get Shorty. I'm not copying shit. But look, we've actually talked to real life artists and creatives out of Pakistan and or India and or Sri Lanka, and they all tell us that they had supportive artist parents. So that's the only way to apparently make it in the creative world is to actually have supportive parents that are already in the creative sector. And we have asked those questions, right? Like to Usman Riaz, who made The Glassworker.
Yeah.
It's all over the internet right now. Great movie. And he's like, yeah, my parents were supportive and they're artists. I was like, shit, man, that must be nice. So this poor dude doesn't have that.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. It might just be because, like, look, people's parents, they want their kids to follow in their own footsteps, maybe.
Yeah.
Right. And so that might be just part of it. But in any case, he ends up buying his art supplies on a different credit card so his dad doesn't see the bill, basically. Yep. So they all go for their first day of engineering class, and Krishna doesn't want to hang out with his Desi roommates because they're too brown for him. But then across the room, he sees this hot girl who looks a little ethnically ambiguous, and he just can't stop staring at her. And then the funniest part is the professor ends up making some comment in response to a girl's question. The professor's like, you can't turn in your homework via email because that's for a computer science major. And
well, this is the beginning days of the internet.
Okay. Yeah, 2001. I was like,
hold on, dude. I have a thought here about the internet. I've had this thought recurring for like a long time. This professor is saying you can't email stuff in because that's not how things work. Engineering is very hands-on, right? It's not digital back then, which is hilarious. I think this is supposed to be like hardware engineering. And email for computer science is a security thing, right? So back then they told us, and I went to college in the 90s, believe it or not. They were literally like, if you use the internet, just like anything else in the 80s, don't believe everything that you read. Don't believe everything that you hear. And we fast forwarded 30 years from 1995, and everyone just believes everything they read on the internet.
I know.
I don't even understand.
Crazy.
Like, we literally had boomers telling us, don't read or just don't believe everything that you hear. And they literally shut their ears and look at their eyes on Facebook, and they're like, oh my God, this is all real. Every fucking meme and trope and I don't know, GIF and GIF that comes across my desk is real.
Yeah, but boomers shouldn't be talking. They might not believe everything on the internet, but they believe everything on TV. It's kind of insane.
Same shit. I mean, digital media is through TV
shit,
now, through the internet, through Instagram. They believe it all. They believe everything.
Yeah.
They believe the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard of. And then they'll look at us and be like, oh, you believe that the prophet went from Mecca to Medina? And I was like, yeah, we believe that. And you believe even crazier shit today. What are you even talking about? Like, sorry, let's keep going.
Yeah, okay. So.
Sorry, computer science email. Okay, sorry. The reason why
we set you off.
It set me off because I did go to school in the mid-90s in college. And I went to Pakistan after my senior year of high school.
Okay.
And there was no, let me log in and select my classes. So my dad had to call, right? And then you select the classes and you say the number over the phone. It is automated. And he signed me up for computer science 1, physics 1, and chemistry 1. I wasn't even a STEM major.
Oh my God.
So my Davis
Wow.
initiation didn't start out well, and I had to go take all these classes.
Wow.
Yeah, anyways, so I feel everything
insane.
in this freshman level engineering class.
All right. So Kal Penn sounds like, we've talked about this. They're trying to make him sound black, and I think it's like offensive, right? But he keeps saying Niggah.
Say it.
And no, I'm not going to say it. And like,
He says it.
Yeah, he says
in
it.
this movie.
He keeps saying it in this movie. It's like
repeated.
Yeah, it's.
What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't bleeped by YouTube, and you can tell he's not saying it to black people. He's not saying it to be offensive, but it's just weird. It's just really weird. Like, I don't get this character choice.
Yeah, I kind of get it only because in the 90s when I was growing up, there was a certain subsection
type of Desi kid.
This is a very real description of a Desi kid that might pop out in the late 90s like this.
Do you think they're trying to show like, okay, Krishna thinks he's white, and then this guy thinks he's black, and then there's these two kids that are
so
actually
Indian.
Desi. Yeah, so Indian. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that's what they were doing.
Kal Penn's character, AJ, does say we have a lot in common, black people and brown people. That's why we need to stick together. And then he says, Nia. And then he just says it again. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I've heard it from Desi kids. I have. I mean, you probably have too.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. Like, I think it's strange, but I think one difference with a movie like this versus a movie today, we didn't care. That he said it. There was no outrage. There wasn't enough internet and Instagram and virality, and everything hits everybody's phone at the same time, and then we all comment on it, right? So there wasn't anything like that, but even if we had heard it, I don't think I would have cared. I do think people are a little too sensitive nowadays. Not in a anti-woke, conservative way, people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on intention, and I don't think it was used offensively in this movie. I think it's just weird.
He's saying it. We're not saying it.
It's just culturally weird. Yeah.
And it's a character, right? So back then, I think if there was characters that were flawed, it's okay to show it in art because that's how things are portrayed, and that's the only way people learn. So I don't know. Obviously, it's not a good thing in the movie. It doesn't come across as positive. So that's why I was okay with it. It's just hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. So at lunch in the cafeteria, Krishna sits with Eric because he wants to get away from his Desi roommates. And Salim goes to get ketchup with his food, and he sees this girl from class, the one who wanted to turn in her homework via email. And turns out her name is Farah Syed, and turns out her grandmother is from Mirzapur, which is right where his family's from. And she grew up in Varanasi, a nearby city to Mirzapur. And he's like really into her, even though she's not quote unquote directly from India, although she's lived in India. This is so stupid. I don't know.
She was way too thirsty. Way too thirsty.
Yeah.
Because he's 100% not interested. He's a great actor, by the way. This is Rizwan Manji.
He's also dorky.
Yeah, he's a dork.
And she's way cooler than him.
And he's just like negging her. And then she's like, hi, my name is Farah. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
She couldn't say it. She couldn't say it.
Yeah. So
I don't know. And then he like walks away. It was really strange. And I don't know what high school cafeteria these people are in, but okay.
Yeah. He walks away without taking any ketchup, and he's like all like, you know, he has the hots for her, but he doesn't want to.
She's hot, right? Let's be real. Nina, whoever's playing Nina and Farah, these are two hot women, and they're walking up to Salim Ali Khan. Yeah, right. Come on. I don't believe it for a second. I hate Chris in this movie too. The character sucks, but at least Nina even says it. She's like, you suck, but you're hot and cute. So I guess that's the only thing that actually matters. But I guess it doesn't matter actually because Farah went for this guy.
I'm going to tell a story. So speaking of like who people are attracted to, this, that, whatever. So several years ago, I was hanging out with my cousins, and one of my cousins was telling a friend of his who was looking to get married, hey, just don't try to get a girl directly from Pakistan. It's just too complicated. Just find like a girl in America. Even just like find a white girl, right? It's just easier, right? And I'm just sitting there like, I really don't care, right? And then someone was like, you're offending her. And then he goes, no, I'm not talking about her. She's like from here. Like I was born and raised here. Right. So I was like, I'm not offended. I've been saying I probably won't marry a Pakistani guy my whole life. Yeah. Right. I was like, I don't want to like.
So you're just like Krishna.
I wouldn't marry like a guy. But I said that as a joke in that moment, but it's not like I was like opposed to marrying one.
I don't know, man.
Know? But then I did end up marrying Brian
exactly.
like a few years
His
later.
name is Brian.
So there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're the Krishna of this story, of this podcast.
Except
actually no, I married a white girl too. You're right. I knew you were about to say it,
but I'm not like call me Shelly or like whatever bullshit. Like I'm not trying to not be Desi. I'm not trying to not be.
Would that be your so like if you did want to go with a white name, what would you go with?
I don't know. I mean, Haldi Homa, our friend, calls me ST sometimes, right? Like if I was going to have a nickname, that would be my nickname because that's kind of my like nickname, right? But I don't, I'm fine. Like
you'll be fine. You're not crazy.
Past the age of
Krishna, all this shit.
I'm past the age of like, oh my God, wouldn't it be so much easier if like in my 7th grade class, I could tell people my name is Shelly and not like, no, I'm like over it.
You're not a Shelly. I don't think that's right.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think
maybe Shannon because it's closer to Shabnam, but I don't
ever
know.
do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think that people would have thought that we would marry the white people out of our community when we were growing up? Because we were part of this Krishna community, not Hindu, but you know what I mean. Like we married the white people?
I don't think so.
I thought there was a lot of other people that would marry, more so like Krishna outside the religion and or culture.
It's funny you say that. It's actually surprising the people that didn't versus the people that did. There's some people that are like, oh, I hate Desis, and then they marry Desi people.
Oh, I know. Dude, I have a story actually. This is hilarious. I used to, these people. I can tell you offline. I'll tell you right now, but cut it out. Edit it out.
Yeah.
Let me tell the story first, and then I'll tell you who it is. So, a long time ago, I used to hang out, right? Like with Desi people, and then we'd be hanging out at apartments, and we would watch YouTube videos of weddings, like these grand Ismaili weddings in Houston and Dallas. They spend a lot of money. They got the horses. They got the Lamborghinis. They got all the show and go that comes with the typical Desi wedding, right? You come in like with a huge entourage, and you're like, oh my God, nobody has this, only I have this, even though we go to these weddings every weekend. I know I've been saying that stuff from the Succession series. I love all you people that get married, okay? Everybody relax. I don't hate your weddings. But it's the same shit, and then they get so excited, and then they do it again, right? And it's not to say that, like, your wedding's not special or anything like that. It's just, be real. It's, like, a little repetitive, right? So I was hanging out, like, in a group, and then one guy was like, what is this? Who the fuck would get this excited about marrying a Pakistani woman? It's just a Pakistani woman. And he said it just like that. And then my other friend, who obviously is Pakistani at that point, or he still is, he's like, my mom's a Pakistani. My wife's a Pakistani. My daughter's going to be a Pakistani. And he like just goes off. And I was like, oh. I was like sitting in the middle. I'm like, I'm not excited about it, but I'm not excited about these weddings. So I'm just kind of in the middle. So they kind of like, went at it. And then that guy that I initially said that, he married a Pakistani woman. He has a little Pakistani daughter, and she's super cute.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, I don't know. So people don't get excited, I guess, but you're right. They end up doing it.
Yeah, what I realize, I think people are just full of shit. Like, they will say something. I also think it's the universe's way of messing with people. Like, you'll be like, I'm never going to do that. And then you just do exactly that. That's why I was like, I'm never going to say that. Because I never know, like, maybe there's going to be some really cool, amazing, level-headed, well-adjusted Pakistani guy that I'll meet. And then I'll marry that guy if I meet that guy. That's what I used to think. I was like, I don't know. Like, it could happen, right? Like, but it didn't. So a
lot of people in my life have said, Sameem, we know that you're not into the Desi culture and or marrying a Desi woman, but all my friends are Desi. I don't even know what they're talking about. I literally have a Desi podcast. I don't even know what they're talking about. My Urdu is not flawless, but for
top notch.
It's top notch for somebody that
ABCD top notch.
I've not been to Pakistan since I was a kid. I don't watch Indian movies or Bollywood or Pakistani dramas. I don't talk to anybody in Urdu. I practice myself. And my Urdu is top notch.
Yeah.
Hey, should we announce it here, by the way? Shabnam and I are going to do an Urdu only podcast episode.
Oh my God.
You didn't know that?
We can.
कुछ
it'll be short.
थोड़ा practice करना है अभी. आप मुझे बताओ क्या आपकी comfort level है? You know what, audience? We're not going to do this. Never mind.
My comfort level as far as what? Like the timeline? Like I can do the 10 minutes. I can't do
we're going to do 45 minutes to an hour.
What I realized is that small talk in your non-primary language is the hardest thing. If you think of something in your mind that you're trying to say, you can construct it and say it. But if someone just comes up to you, they're like, hey, what's up? How are you doing? That little small talk, little expressions of like, nothing much. How are you? Like the little expressions in other languages are actually really like hard.
Yeah. It's not that hard. Come on.
Because you end up sounding like, how are you? Oh, I'm fine. How are you? Like, as opposed to like, you wouldn't talk like that if you were like a native speaker. It'd be like, what's up? Oh, nothing much. What's going on? Like, it's like that. But those small talk little things are really hard in other languages, I think.
It's like you need a push. So if you're going bungee jumping and you don't want to do it, which this happened to me, someone has to push you. So when you start speaking in Urdu, when I start speaking in Urdu, it takes me like 7 to 8 minutes to get into it, but then once the brain recalls everything, I guess, then it starts flowing back. So it's been pretty good. The reason why I started speaking it is because I was working with Indians a lot, so they would speak Hindi and I'd speak Urdu back, and then they would make fun of me, but then it just kind of became consistent because they would respond in English, and then they finally started responding in Hindi. And I remember this one engineer guy, very specifically, he was just like, you sound so stupid, man. So fuck that guy, because everyone tells me my shit is legit now, and this was like in 2019. So
yeah, I mean your shit is definitely legit for somebody that was born here. I don't know that it's No,
I'm not saying, dude. I'm not gonna go read the khabare on GOTV for Pakistanis all over the world. Yes, my Urdu is not there.
Yeah,
I don't even understand that Urdu, by the way. When I watch the
it's very highfalutin.
Yeah.
It's very,
and then my mom was like, I don't know what they're saying. So yeah. Anyways, I'm Pakistani through and through. Don't call me Chris.
No, don't call you Chris. Okay. So Krishna decides to go to a party with Eric and doesn't want to invite his Desi roommates because they're just too brown for him and this white party he's trying to go to. So turns out, though, they have the same exact idea and they're going to the same party. So they end up at the same place. And Jagjit sees Farah on the dance floor and he says to Salim, hey, check it out. And Salim says, she's the crazy girl from class. And Farah comes over and tells Salim he should ask her to dance. And he says he's not much of a dancer, but she says, come on, you're right, she's hella aggressive. It's like, this is not really realistic.
Hot too. Oh my god, there's another scene that's coming up where she's at the masjid and she takes her covering off. Man, that is like the sexiest thing I've ever seen. Is this sacrilegious, by the way? I'm not trying to go to hell.
Oh my god. No, it's just funny the way, like,
that's how they portrayed the scene.
But yeah, it is.
It was
she is beautiful.
Yeah,
it's just,
it was supposed to be take your breath away, and it was.
Yeah.
She's thirsty.
Yeah. So some 3 random newly immigrated Desi guys are talking about drinking
I don't know what
by
this
the
is.
wall. Blue Label Johnny Walker.
Yeah, man.
It's like, I'm like, are they trying to...
Okay, so
just weird,
they're supposed to be like the 3... I don't know. So they are more annoying than the main characters that we've been describing, but they're side characters, right? And they're so fucking ridiculous. It's like, it doesn't match the theme of the movie. Plus the main guy, the one that they keep calling Paisab, and he's like, oh, my jacket that I got made and stuff. Man, I was 18 once. I looked like I was 14. And most 18-year-olds I know look like they're 12 nowadays because we're way older, right? Like, if you see a 18-year-old, I'm like, oh, you look like you're 11. These guys... Seriously. Like, this guy looked like he's married, divorced, cigarette habit. He looked insane.
Yeah.
the main guy.
He looked like a Bollywood villain.
Exactly.
The main
exactly.
of the three.
And he talks like it too, but I understand there's a Bollywood violent scene coming at the end of the movie, and that's why they put him in there. But if this guy showed up to a Desi party, like an MSA event, or I don't even know what it's called, ISA, Indian Student Association, at UC Riverside or something, because there's a shit ton of Indians there, man, they would call the cops. This guy looks like he's about to murder and or grape someone. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wild. So Krishna sees this really cute girl from class, the one who's ethnically ambiguous, but he assumes she's white. And okay, his pickup line is he tells her to buy him a pizza. And she's like, what? And he's like, there's this great pizza place around the corner, so I was hoping you'd go there with me and buy me pizza. And she's like, that's not how this works. You're supposed to buy me pizza. And he says, okay, all you had to do was ask. And she realizes it was all kind of like a ploy for her to tell him to take her to pizza. And it's kind of annoying. I found this really annoying. I would be really annoyed. I wouldn't think this was cute. But unless the guy was very good looking.
When I was at ISNA once in Chicago, one of the dudes that I was with walked up to a Desi girl and he asked her to buy him a drink, and she bought him a Sprite like at the lobby bar because there's no alcohol, right? And she was cute and he wasn't, and then she like lingered a little bit, and I think he was like, oh my gosh, yeah, she bought me a Sprite, and then she walked away because he couldn't bring himself to talk to her.
That is so
the most
awkward.
ISNA fucking story ever.
Yeah.
So I went to ISNA with Salim
so
Ali
insane.
Khan apparently.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that is wild. Okay, so he eventually tells her that, he doesn't like his roommates and he's not really happy about them. And she's like, what? Are they neo-Nazis? And he's like, no, they're all Indian. And she's like, you don't like Indians? And he's like, it's not that. My parents are Indian. And just then, Jagjit and AJ come over to him and Nina, and they ask what's going on, what he's doing, and he's super annoyed that they're like crashing his little flirt session. And Jagjit tells AJ in Hindi that, oh, he's trying to pick up this chick. And then she replies back in Hindi, and she's like, I'm not the kind of chick you pick up. And they're all like, oh my God. And then Chris is like, wait, I didn't know you were Indian. And he's like, all the stuff I said, it must have sounded. And she smiles and she's just kind of looking at him like, yeah, you're stupid. And the three guys who are standing next to the wall now come over, these newer Desi immigrants who were talking about, what was it? Jack Daniels and
Johnny Walker Blue.
Johnny Walker Blue. Yeah. So they come over and they start talking to Nina, the main guy that you were talking about, the Bollywood villain guy whose name is Rakesh. He introduces himself and he says that he's known Nina since high school. And he makes sure to tell Chris that they're family friends and they go way back. And then she busts him. Yeah, she busts him. She's like, we're like brother and sister. And then he like deflates.
Man, that guy got friend zoned. He got brother zoned pretty quick. Look. Okay, hold on. I know this scene keeps going, but I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah.
And this is because we're watching this movie and everybody we know is probably listening to this. And even if you're not listening to this and somebody else tells you some shit that we said, but here, I'm just going to put it like this. Look, we grew up in this community, right? Like this, Rakesh and Nina. And I knew a lot of Desi girls growing up, like a lot, right? Like my cousins, not my cousins, but like my, what do you call it? Like my uncles and aunties, their kids. Just like you, just like people that we knew in the community. I have a hard stop and block with romanticizing or sexualizing anyone that I grew up with to the point of no. And then when my parents were like, hey, this lady, that lady, this person's daughter, I was like, I already know these people. I already know them. I grew up with them. What are you going to tell me about families and stuff? The only thing I wanted to say and ask you was, man, we know so many people that married within the community. And I just said, there's no fucking way I could have done that. These people know each other. They know each other's families and stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be saying it out loud like this because everyone's going to be like, oh, he's talking about me.
No, but I don't know anybody that married within an immediate family friend group, right? It wasn't the people your parents always hung out with on the weekend. It was like one removed.
Yeah.
It was like
I agree with you on that.
One removed, right?
Yeah.
It was like one removed, right? That I feel like is
close,
fine,
man.
Right? Like it's like,
It's too close for comfort.
I mean,
it's not a Krishna
like,
thing. It's not like I need to be called Chris. It's not like I'm running away from anything brown or Muslim. It was more so like I know too much.
You're just like, I would like to meet. Yeah, and it's like I would like to meet somebody new. I would like to get to know somebody new. Yeah, exactly. You maybe know too much. Yeah, I don't know. I always thought it was weird. So Rakesh, the Bollywood villain, his friends spill a drink on him, and Nina goes to get a napkin, and then he gets upset and he says, like, my jacket's all ruined. And while Nina's away, he says to Krishna, "Kya mal hai," which literally translates to "what a load." But Chris is like, "What?" And then Rakesh's friends are like, "He said nice titties, and I thought you were Indian." I didn't know this is how you say, like, you got a nice rack. Yeah. This isn't one of the phrases my parents taught me, I guess. So why would I know? But okay, that's an interesting way to say that.
But it's funny because I thought those guys weren't allowed to make fun of Rakesh, and they called him that he has man boobs. I didn't, or were they?
No, they were talking about Krishna. They were like trying to say he has moobs or something. I don't know.
He's like an incredible shape.
Weird. They were just trying to.
In the movie,
yeah, I know.
He's like
so
tall
stupid.
and handsome. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, he's like the best looking one.
Yeah.
And then Nina comes back with the napkin, and then Krishna says to Rakesh, I don't know why you're upset. I saw that jacket at Kmart. You can just buy another one for $10. And then Rakesh's friends start laughing, and it's like, whatever. So obviously Rakesh has a thing for Nina, and he's jealous that Krishna's trying to make a move on her, especially because he's
This is not a deep movie, everyone.
Rakesh's.
Yeah, it's a very, very easy to follow. This is a slightly Desi-fied after-school special with racist jokes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, there's not much going on deep here. It's the namesake if like a 6-year-old wrote it.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
So the next
I'm not trying to discount your movie.
Yeah.
Man, Mr. Computer Science Man.
Priyush was probably busy at work.
Fucking,
dude, he's probably like coding.
Yeah, dude, he's a tech millionaire probably somewhere, right? I can't even find the fucker on LinkedIn.
Yeah. So the next morning, Jagjit comes out of his room and trips over Salim praying. And then Salim talks to him in the middle of his prayer. Totally like not what you're supposed to do.
You know what? We've been doing this a long time now. Every movie we watch with Muslims in it, they all start talking during their prayer that's portrayed on the movie screen. Every single one.
It's really funny.
And they do out of bounds shit. Like they put their hands here when they're like on the ground. I'm not the best Muslim on earth, but I do know where my hands go when I'm praying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Jagjit tells Salim while he's praying that there's an Indian club meeting tonight. And then AJ, Kal Penn's character, hears it and comes in also. And they all decide they're going. And then Krishna is up for it. Like,
fuck
Krishna's
this guy,
up
Krishna,
for it
man.
too.
Horny ass bastard. The only reason he wants to go is to get laid because now this is his. You know how conservative men want to marry like a Filipino or Mexican girl? And it's so strange when they do. This is his version of that. He doesn't care about her. He doesn't care that she's Indian. She's hot. That's all he cares about.
Yeah. Yeah. So crazy. That was a really random comment about Filipino and Mexican women.
Oh, because I have like conservative friends. Fuck that. I have people that in my life that were conservative, and literally one guy married a Mexican girl, and she says she's not Mexican because her family is Mexican, but they are Rancho Mexicans from Texas and California, so they say they're the original settlers here, so that's why they go conservative. She's insane. I try to talk to her. They moved to Dallas.
Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So on that, and so in class, Jagjit is drawing. Okay. And Salim tells him he's a good artist. Jagjit says his dad is controlling and he would, this is where he says he'd cut off his balls if he wanted to go into art. Right. So we see this like trope or whatever, and it is what it is. Maybe this is actually what Payush was thinking. Maybe Payush is Jagjit. He's like writing this script, but he's actually, I have to go back to like my coding because my dad's.
Yeah, we got to find this dude because he made Hanging with the Homeboys when he was in college, and then he made this. And Hanging with the Homeboys has John Leguizamo too. So this guy like was legit, and then he disappeared. I don't know what happened to him. If you're listening, reach out. chaiafterdark@chaiafterdark.com. Yeah. Don't be shy. We worked in tech too, man.
Yeah. Okay, so we see this Desi teacher teaching engineering.
For the intro to engineering, right? Like the grad student TA guy.
The TA. He's a new immigrant, so he calls out a guy he calls out his name, and his name is Jesus, right? He says Jesus. The guy's like, my name's Jesus. It's a silent J. So then he's like, okay. And so then he sees a guy's name and he goes, Jonathan, because he pronounces the J as an H. And the guy's like, it's Jonathan. And then he's like, but I thought the J was silent. My dad had this crazy joke for this when he came from America. He's like, you know, the English language is very vague. And then he's like, this other guy go to him. He's like, it's not vague, it's vague. Yeah. And then he's like, okay, whatever. Don't argue with me.
Oh, I mean, he's not wrong. Come on, man. Because morgue and argue. And this Indian dude has a good point. When is the silent J coming? So I totally understand what he's saying. And I like how Key and Peele ripped off this shit 15, 16 years later for J. Quellen, A. Ron, D. Nice. Have you seen that skit?
Yeah. No.
I'll drop something here.
I trust you.
I'll drop
something here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Okay. And then, you know, they have this whole bit about the eraser breaking, and the TA's like, do you have a rubber? Do you have a rubber? He's going around asking everybody, because in South Asia, they call eraser rubber. And
they call it a condom.
Yeah.
Or
here.
I like how he points out the white girl. He's like, you must have a rubber in your little purse. He said that to her. And you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. She probably does.
College girl?
Yeah, she got one.
Like, you know. Yeah, she got one. So then Eric invites Chris to a party the same night, but he sees the school newspaper ad for the Indian club and decides to go just because of Nina. So
what would you rather do,
comes into...
Would you rather go to a frat party with keggers, or would you rather go to the IST club event? I don't know.
I mean, when I was in college, I would definitely go wherever like the cute guy was going that I wanted to see.
Yeah. आप सारे देख रहे हो? आप समझ जाइए क्या कह रही है? See that? Look at that. Right off the bat.
Such good Urdu. Yeah.
I'm about to get some rishtas.
Seriously, yeah. So he comes in late to the meeting because, you know, he just comes in to see her. He sucks.
He sucks. He's like...
Yeah.
We'll talk about it more at the end, I guess, but he's just like the most red flag man of all time. And she's like, but he's cute. Yeah, I don't get it, man. So it's like, this is why I can't get any
Nina,
matches
you
on
can
Tinder.
do better. Yeah, Nina, you can do better. So anyways, Nina volunteers to help with the music for the club's Garba party, and Krishna's friends, they're all like, you got to raise your hand too. And so he does, and then Rakesh does, because Rakesh can't let them pick the music on their own. So the three of them have to choose music together, and they decide to get together the next day to watch Indian movies. This is the dumbest. And
I'm sorry. I understand we need to create plots in movies. This is not a plot.
Yeah.
Picking songs, sitting on a couch, and they're just like looking at each other for the next like 30 minutes. The movie drags, right? Like the middle of this movie drags, and I'm like, you don't need to elongate them picking songs and nothing happens. I don't even know what the latter half of this movie was. I'm sorry.
Okay, but so Nina goes to grab something from the hall, and as they're leaving the meeting, and Rakesh tells Krishna, he's like, you're an ABCD, American-born confused Desi.
Got him.
Nina's mine. And it's like, okay.
Boy, if he was yours, she would be yours. You're technically adults now. You're 18, but you look like you're 50. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, she's obviously not yours because she called you her brother. Also, I'm sorry. I'm going to go back to it. Like, this is the most exciting thing in your life?
What, picking the songs?
Yeah, like for an event in college, like weeks from now, and you're going to do the dubba and the garba and the sharba. Come on, man. I'm sorry, dude.
And the dandiya. Yeah.
Why are you getting all worked up over this shit?
Sameem, think about all the people we know and how several of them just think about carefully the people we know and how several of them would be very excited to do this. This would be very exciting. Okay. I'm just telling you.
You're going to get me into trouble. I'm the one saying it.
That's why I'm stopping you from getting into trouble. I'm reminding you how some people would be very excited. Okay. So then we hear this great song. Aap jaisa koi meri zindagi
I like that song.
mein aaye to baat ban jaye. And we see this montage of the guys being like stupid college guys trying to do stuff and whatever.
This goes on way too long. I think this is what I was talking about. This movie fucking drags. This montage scene is weird. Kal Penn is like harassing chicks on benches. Like,
yeah. It's so random. It's just a way to show like a passage of time or something. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. So then we see them go back to like class the next day. Farah tries to get in the elevator and Salim knows it's her, but he's too nervous to like stop the elevator because he has the hots for her, but he doesn't want to be like, he's just so annoying. He also needs a slap.
Yeah, dude, this guy, he even says basically I'm a misogynist, right? He's just like so proud of it.
Yeah, and so
calls her a hoe. You're right.
Yeah. So then, like, he's sitting in the library, and his friends are like, "Have you seen Farah? Like, what about Farah?" He goes on this tirade about he doesn't like the way she dresses. She's a hoe, and she's chasing him everywhere. And turns out she overhears him. Though I do agree about the chasing him everywhere part. I'm like, girl, calm down. Like, he's not worth it. Why are you trying this hard?
And I think if somebody was doing that to me, I think I would probably label her as crazy. And a Desi girl may or may not have showed up at my apartment in Davis once, and I opened the door, and I was like, motherfucker, you live in San Jose, 2 hours away. So, yeah, this happened to me once.
Also, a Desi girl whispered something in your ear on when you
were with someone. No. This has nothing to do with anything, but yeah, I guess we can say it here. When I first got married, many, many moons ago, somebody told my first ex-wife, go ahead.
It was supposed to be me.
What?
She whispered that in your first...
In her ear.
She whispered that in your first...
Yeah, at like an event.
That's wild.
Not at our wedding, but like a few weeks prior. And I was just like, okay, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, there's no... This is exactly what I'm saying. There was never... That's actually what I was saying. Maybe that's where my trauma comes from. There was never going to be me with anybody that I grew up with. That's weird. It's Alabama-ish.
Yeah.
Ish. I said ish, everyone. Okay, everybody calm down. I didn't say it was straight up.
But also, let's make it clear. These are not people we're related to. They're just people we feel like we're related to because you see them all the time.
Yeah, maybe we can stop here for a second. And everybody listening, sometimes I go off on this stuff. Dude, we went to these parties every weekend in high school, right? And then we would hang out with these people every weekend and at the mosque and Sunday school and Eid and family camp. So sometimes I'm like, look, I hung out with these people more than I hung out with my actual siblings sometimes, right? So I don't know what compels people to marry each other than community, I guess, in this intersection. But romanticizing people that I don't know what I even did with them, like hung out when we were 11 years old. No, I'm all right. But again, we've already talked about this, and I already said let's cut it out, so I don't know why I brought it up again.
Okay, so later we see Nina, Krishna, and Rakesh watch the films together, and Krishna's bitching the whole time about the films. This is what you were talking about. Yeah. They're just sitting there. And then he's like, I've seen a porno with better storylines than this.
Yeah.
And then Nina walks out. Dude, okay, what is wrong with you? You're the one that signed up for this.
Yeah.
Like, if you either try hard to get in her pants or don't. But why the fuck are you saying this? This was so like stupid and rude, and I wanted to slap him. And also, why are you talking about watching porn in front of this girl that you think is hot? Are you retarded?
Yeah, I think he is. He also said, oh my God, another song? Oh, 2 minutes dialogue without another song? And I'm like, bro, we get it. We've seen Bollywood films. Wow, you had this epiphany that Bollywood songs are in Bollywood films. You're totally right. Like, this is why I don't know why I'm a little worked up on this episode today, but I think it's because people like this actually exist.
Yeah, and they're annoying.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so like it's like, dude, we have plenty about our culture that should be criticized. Why are you like harping on the stuff that's like unimportant?
That's what I agree.
That's like weird.
That's a good way to put it. It's not important. They're small cultural things. They're fun for everybody. Like, they're not hurting anyone, and it actually gives us a lot of legitimacy in the arts around the world, right? Having Bollywood and having, what's the Pakistan one called? Lollywood, I think, the Pakistani dramas.
Yeah.
Out of Lahore. So all that stuff provides legitimacy for our kind, our people, our religion. And I know Krishna's not a real person, but you motherfuckers do exist, right? So if you're listening to this, like, shut the fuck up. Lean into your culture, and you can
learn
still
something.
learn something. Yeah. You can still be American, right? People can still call you Chris, and you can still hook up with white girls. All right, no one's gonna stop you. Just calm the fuck down.
Yeah. So next thing you know, Salim is praying at the masjid and he sees a girl with the niqab face covering.
It's my favorite part.
And when she takes it off,
what is it?
Sameem.
Tell me.
Who is she? She's Farah.
Oh, yeah, she is. Reminds me of...
Okay, and also this is like factually weird because you don't wear a face covering at the mosque. Like, if the face covering is like a very conservative thing that only certain conservative people do, and they do it in all spaces that's not their home. It's not like when I go to a mosque, I'm going to like cover my face. Like, no, that's weird.
They do cover, not they, a handful of people do cover when they come out of the sister section because then they run into the men. So she had it on in the sister section, I guess, and then she came out and Salim's staring at her anyways. So he's staring at a niqabi, by the way, and you can't see, like, you know what I mean? Like he was checking out a full black cloak. And I'm not trying to be racist or rude. I'm just saying that's what he was looking at. And then she removes it, and yeah. I knew they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. It's just weird. It's like a situation that wouldn't really realistically happen.
Do people meet at the masjid?
Whatever. Oh, is this a trick question for me?
Do they? Because never happened in my life.
Oh my God. Oh God. Okay. So
Shabnam got hit on by a man at the masjid, if anybody doesn't realize what I'm getting at.
And then I married him.
Yeah, so it was
somebody had a party for their baby at the Muslim Community Center. And then it was at the masjid, right? Like, but yeah, so it wasn't. Man.
I don't think
it was a social thing, right? I don't know.
When I met Yasmin from Muslim Matchmaker, I didn't we were hanging out in Orange County, and it wasn't a date. Anybody? That's not what I'm saying. What I was saying was like I like leaned in for like, you know, like half hug. Like you meet someone and you're just like leaving, and then I was like, oh fuck, and then I like had to lean back because she did not initiate whatsoever. I think like culturally speaking, if I met someone at the mosque, I think I would do things and then they would be like, oh shit, you shouldn't have done that. So that's probably my own brain not getting with the times, but I think I wouldn't act any different.
No, interesting.
Sorry.
Well, I think the hugging thing is interesting, right? Because it depends on how conservative the person is, whether they would cross gender hug. And sometimes it gets confusing as to like what social situation they will and won't. And so I don't know. It's whatever. And then like some people say they don't. And then I'm like, okay, but I've seen you at work. You hug all your coworkers that are of the opposite gender. So whatever, dude.
Man, you know what? You know, I worked in textiles for a long time, right? And I would go to bars and events and around the world, whatever. Like we have to go. I know this hijabi girl that I worked with, and she's not going into any bars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
She's from MCA, dude. I remember seeing her when I was younger, and then we never talked, but I would always see her at events because she worked in the same industry as me. And yeah, she was at every bar, every event. She wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
But they go in.
Yeah, to each their own.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I think it's
yeah.
actually really good because then, again, I'm all for representation in different things. And, you know, a lot of sales is just men. And it's good to have a hijabi that's killing it out there. Would it be haram?
Okay, would it be haram to walk into a bar to save a dying child? Nope. Would it be haram to walk into a bar to get drunk? Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it all depends on intention.
Yeah.
So in this situation, in this movie, what is this dude's intention? There's only one. He's just trying to stick it in to Nina.
No, to Farah, you mean? We're talking about Salim.
I don't think Salim. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Salim, he's trying to like marry a good girl, and he's trying to figure out if she's a good girl.
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to marry.
This is such a stupid movie, man. I can't get.
It's such a stupid movie.
Yeah, let's keep. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, we were talking about Salim and Farah, the hottest couple of the year.
Okay.
Hey, what do you think, Belinda and Porn Chai or Salim and Farah? Who's hotter?
My God. Okay. So at lunch, Krishna's friends tell him to stop thinking like an American and start thinking like an Indian if he wants to get with Nina. So they tell him to cook Indian food for her. And this is all to make up for his like porn comments as he's watching the Bollywood movies. And so he goes to the grocery store. He asks for naan. This is unrealistic. It's like no matter how whitewashed you are, you know it's naan. Like, it's just like so insane and whatever. So he buys other ingredients. Meanwhile, Jagjit is in the computer lab and he's like secretly messaging Nina that Krishna's going to cook her dinner, so she should come over. And the guys are helping Krishna make her an Indian meal at home. And we see this montage of a song, Mendi Laga Ke Rakhna, of them cooking. Suddenly, they all...
Keep going.
Rakhna, not Luckna.
Rakhna.
Mendi laga. No, Mendi laga ke
Mendi
rakhna.
laga ke rakhna. Haldi laga ke rakhna.
चेहरा सजा के रखना, चेहरा छुपा के रखना, मेहंदी लगा के रखना, डोली सजा के रखना.
So their TA also in the middle of all this gets drunk and then they start a food fight and it's like, what is happening?
This is
Nina
so dumb.
comes over to this madhouse. Yeah. And then there's food all over him and they decide to go for pizza and she's cool with it. She's like, just get me out of this. Yeah.
So
craziness.
this guy's talking about pornos in the previous scenes. Then he doesn't want her. She doesn't want him. Then the friends are like, you need to be an Indian. We'll cook her dinner. We'll go kidnap the TA. The TA wasn't part of this, right? And then they go get him.
Yeah.
He gets drunk off of a beer because no, I do not drink. And then he's a good cook and they make some shitty ass food. But one thing that didn't make any sense here was Jagjit is the one inviting her, like you said, off the email in the computer lab. But this is why it went off the rails. He just said he hates Indians. He watches porn. He doesn't care about anything Indian. And she's still like, yeah, I'll come over. And then she's like, oh, your friends did all this? He didn't even do anything. He didn't do it. They did it. And she's like, you get the credit. Yeah, take me out to pizza so you can potentially bang me. What?
Yeah, but also he fucked it up because they're in a food fight. So he can't even do one thing right. And she's like, yeah, I'll go to pizza with you.
Hey, he should have thrown some food at her and got her into the food fight. That's player. And then he could have been like, hey, I have a shower. You need to clean up. I'm just saying if he's an actual horny bastard, that's how he could have done it. It's not what I would do.
It's so crazy. So anyway, so they go to pizza, right? And they start talking about culture finally, right? And so they chat and he's like, can you call me Chris? And she's like, sure, but Krishna's a beautiful name. And he's like, no, but I like Chris. So she like respects it, even though it's like, dude, why aren't you calling him out properly? But finally she does. They start talking about Garba and she shows him how to do it. And like,
blah, blah,
he's
blah.
kind of making fun of it.
This guy, like,
and she,
I don't even want to, like, this scene is pissing me off. I'm sorry, dude, this guy sucks. We're an hour, 10 minutes into this movie and all this guy has done has made fun of his own shit. And she's still like, hey, what's up?
Giving him a chance. Yeah. And so finally she gets annoyed and she's like, can you accept anything Indian without making fun of it? And then they get into it, right? And she like runs away and then he feels bad.
They don't even know each other and they're beefing like this. Come on, man. I understand it's a movie.
Yeah, it's just weird. So he needs to be like punched in the face by someone, but not me. We don't do violence here. I'm just saying Nina should have punched him in the face. Yeah. So Salim is stalking Farah, okay? Like, I use the word stalking loosely. Him and his friends go to her dorm. It's an all-girls dorm, and then they somehow get inside. And he finally decides to talk to her, so he goes up to her place, and he opens the door.
This is
like,
so
and she
crazy.
She sarcastically blows him off. Like she opens the door. She's like sarcastically blows him off. She's like, I thought it was a corrupt Indian girl. And then so he comes in. He's like, sorry. He's like talking to her. And then suddenly her parents are there to visit her. So she has to shove him into her room. And she's like, shit, you're going to get me in trouble. And he goes into the room and she's trying to get rid of her parents in the living room. And he's looking at her bra hanging on her like towel dryer. And then he like knocks over her CDs and makes all this noise, so then the parents get all confused and to leave Farah's dorm room undetected, Salim tries to dress up as a woman in niqab and Farah's mom sees him and is like, I'm gonna set you up with a nice Muslim boy. And it's like this hilarious scene where he's
it's like so real. That's the only real part of this movie is, yes, the auntie would try to get this Muslim girl married off if she was from India on a student visa, as he says. So he played a great woman and she also called him beautiful.
Yeah. And then basically they finally escape and they go back to their dorm room where Jagjit's dad is like getting completely pissed at Jagjit for drawing. And so we get to see like that thing. And then the guys are all supportive after his fight with his dad. So like that goes on a tangent. But right before that, we see that Krishna does Garba with Nina and she's like trying to teach him Garba. And then he gets a little too freaking frisky and he tries to kiss her and she slaps him and she's like, you're so typical. And then he has the balls to go on a tirade about Indian culture and not caring about toilet paper and having arranged marriages. And he's like, you should just go to Garba with Rakesh. And I'm like, dude.
What the fuck is this, man? This is some nasty work by this dude, right? Like, I understand our tone has already come out and we're over an hour in, but this guy has not a single redeeming quality, not a redeeming action. He doesn't really do anything for her by the end of the movie. I really don't fucking understand this. And not to sound like an incel, but man, I'm a nice guy. If this is what women are falling for.
Yeah, did you see my note here, which you can't read aloud?
No, I know. That's why I said all that. Like what do you want me to say? That's it. I said incel, didn't I?
Okay. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. So
I'm not calling myself an incel,
finally,
everyone. We're talking about something else.
Yeah. So finally, we see this long-awaited Garba night that everyone's prepping for at the Indian club. Okay. And everybody's dancing. Kal Penn's character, AJ, gets hit on by this white girl who's totally fetishizing him for being, Indian.
It's kind of a
and
gross
he tells
scene,
her
right?
someone. Yeah.
This is kind of gross.
And then he tells her. Yeah. Like someone in his family wrote the Kama Sutra. That's what he tells her.
Now that's a pickup line.
Crazy. Yeah. And then Mundi at the Bachke plays and there's a montage of everyone on the dance floor. What was with this black girl and Jagjit running away from her?
Yeah, I mean, he's the one throwing the party. Everybody kind of ran away at one point because they were trying to get Nina alone. Then Rakesh shows up and then Jagjit also then starts talking to his dad like a minute later. So I don't actually know where he went because then he comes back. But
yeah, it's really,
the lady that you're
confusing.
about, the white lady, is a recurring character throughout this end of the movie, by the way, the Kama Sutra lady. So let's keep going because it's hilarious.
Yeah. So then that same girl, she hits on Rakesh.
Yeah.
And he tells her that Chris is really into the Kama Sutra. And she goes and hits on Chris and they start hooking up in a room. And then Rakesh sends Nina in that room to put her jacket in there. And she sees them and she's like, what the fuck? So then Krishna runs after her. And just then a big Indian dude comes into the room and the white girl starts making out with him. She's like, that's what I'm talking about.
She got it. She wanted some, so that's fine. But let's stop here for a second. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I understand white women pretty well. Like, not all of them, because there's a lot of them. But I understand a certain aspect of white women. And I do understand that this is an open culture and, you can hook up in college. We're not here to judge anyone. And what the fuck? Why would we even, right? Like, we would never do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do got to say one thing here. I would be so hesitant if a white woman came up to me and looked at my skin tone, called me hot, and then pulled me into a room. No. I'm not here to get robbed or I don't know what the fuck is going on or get an STD. I thought it was a little over the top. I understand this scene has probably happened in real life, but how do you ever recover from that? Like, how does Nina ever recover?
Okay, yeah, I don't know how she does, actually. It's wild. We'll get there when we get there.
It's
but
not
you're the
gross.
one.
It's just, you tell me. Yeah, no, come back at me. I understand. I talk a lot of shit.
You are the one who just watched A Nice Indian Boy with the white girl who kept telling you that the white guy was ugly and the Indian guy was cute and the Indian guy was the top, even though clearly he was probably the bottom. So I just, but
I didn't hook up with that girl.
That's the only difference. You actually did not hook up with that girl, but I feel like she was.
And I don't see her
kind of
anymore.
this white girl too.
Oh yeah, she wanted like
Yeah.
of course, man. Are you kidding me? Like
Yeah.
hey, come on,
Yeah.
man. I know sometimes, like I get it, dude. I'll get like attention here and there, but this is like Nina's at the party. Are you this horny? If I was at a party, I don't think I would think like that. I would be thinking about the girl that I'm trying to actually get with, Nina or Farah.
Yeah.
Farah would be my at least go number 2
Yeah.
with Farah, man. Like, why you gotta go with this Kama Sutra white lady that's fetishizing you?
He's just taking what he can get, which is so disgusting. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Nina, she's like, I cannot believe this disgusting guy, right?
Yeah.
Just like we've been saying. So he's like, look, maybe I just had too much to drink. I really don't know what happened there. And she's like, maybe I'm too traditional, or maybe I'm too Indian for you. And he's like, too Indian for me? Why does it always have to be about Indian culture? Why can't it just be about us? And she says, because I'm Indian. And since you can't stand anything Indian, there is no us. And she's right.
He sucks.
She's just totally right.
Hold on,
He
before you.
sucks.
Oh, I know what the next scene is. Hold on. I know what the next scene is.
Okay.
I've been waiting for this.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, I told everyone to watch this movie, right? And look, there's scenes in movies for transitions. You have to have something, right? You can sharp edit and go from one cut to the next cut. I totally understand that. But this movie's trying to pack in so much weird montage shit at the end of it. What Shabnam just described is a very normal scene at a college party. It could be white people, it could be Indian people, it could be black people. It doesn't matter. Very normal scene, right? And look, sometimes I overthink in the shower. And I do think about things and I'm like, okay, maybe I can try something different. But this is like the weirdest transition into a shower scene I've ever seen. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. So there's a song montage. I tried Shazamming the song because I really wanted to know what it was, but I couldn't find it. It's just a montage of him showering and he's kind of hot, but it's just him showering. But
okay, come on, take it
hot.
back. Kinda hot. You want to drop the kinda. He's hot. He's hot. Yeah,
he's hot. Yeah,
I was pretty surprised too. I was like, oh fuck, okay. Yeah, not like surprised, like
So,
I'm gonna date the guy. Come on, everyone. Maybe I will.
No, I know, but it's just
piss all of you off.
So then we see AJ, Kal Penn's
Hold
character.
On. No,
and
wait.
Yeah.
What is the shower scene? We are movie connoisseurs. Would you put this in your movie? How would you convey
I don't
thought?
know he could have been studying. He could have been sitting and studying at the library. Instead, he's lathering up his, pecs. Like, that was how he was thinking.
But you know what he should have been doing? And I'm not trying to be crass. He should have just been in bed masturbating. And I think that would have actually been a better scene. The movie's rated PG-13 regardless. And, of course, horny freshmen masturbate. So that's what the scene should have been. And I think it actually would have tied the movie in better. I don't need this guy. What, he's touching his stomach only,
you think
by the
that's
way.
what they were going
That's
for?
what I think they were going for.
You think that's
this was a self-pleasure scene.
Oh, interesting.
Hey,
I didn't even get that.
Piyush Dinkar Pandya, if you're listening to this, let us know what you were thinking 30 years ago when you put this out.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't catch that, but that totally makes sense. So AJ is sleeping and Krishna wakes him up out of his wet dream.
Literal wet
Krishna
dream, by the way.
A Garba dance. Yeah. It's called the Ras. He's learning the Ras to impress Nina. And all the roommates learn the dance in the middle
Another
of the night
dumb
for
montage.
the big Garba event. Yeah. That is taking place in a couple of days or whatever. So while they learn, AJ drops some like historical knowledge about the subcontinent and actually teaches Krishna the ABCD something. There's a lot going on in this movie.
I mean,
It's
he took
insane.
a shower, right? So now he's a different person.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Nina is learning her Garba dance with Rakesh, obviously.
With the villain.
So finally, at the final huge Garba event, the guys are wearing their subcultural clothing, which is kind of what I appreciated. You see Salim with his skoti over his shalwar kameez. AJ is wearing some African-inspired clothes. So this is where I was like, I think he's supposed to be like one of those families that moved to Africa from India generations ago. So I think that's what they're going for, but they did a bad job of it. And then Salim goes to Farah and says, his short-lived niqab incident with her mom has really given him food for thought. And he's finally started to think about how difficult it is for her to be an Indian woman. And he's changed his thinking. So she tries to give him a hard time about it, but literally 1 second later, she comes around and they start laughing together. And, you know, they're destined to just like
So
get
this
married.
guy doesn't think about gender roles anymore because he put on a niqab. That's okay.
For 1 minute.
Okay, there we go. Hey, all you misogynistic men that are listening to our podcast right now, and you're out there, we know you're out there because you exist. Put the fucking niqab on tonight. Put some panties on.
And talk to a Desi auntie and
call her.
let her tell you what to do.
Yeah.
And then,
And then see how you feel in the morning. And your life might be changed. And before you do that, grow pecs, take a shower, and touch yourself on your stomach only. And you will be a different person by tomorrow morning. That is what this movie is telling us.
Yes. So Eric is excited to get money from the uncles at the Garba event. This was so random,
Smart
too.
dude. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
That, you know, we got 20s.
We
got 20s if we're walking around Eid and stuff. This is supposed to be some Eid and Garba thing, by the way, because they also say Eid in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So their TA professor who had his zipper down earlier in the show is with the white girl named Jackie. Like, it's just, this is so...
Yeah, Fabi people hook up with the white
trope.
girls in the movies, and the white guy, Indian person, hooks up with the Fabi. Nina is not Fabi, but yeah, I don't understand the culture clash here, but okay, good for you, bro. Got Jackie.
Yeah. Yeah. So another dancing montage of Garba Dandiya to traditional folk music. So this is like a stick dance, okay? It's like these sticks that are, I don't know, maybe like 18 inches. You hold them in your hands and then you go around and you dance. My family will do this at weddings. Like, it's really random. Like, all
we've
the
done
people
it.
do it.
Yeah, I thought it was a Hindu thing, but it seems like it's a subcontinent thing. Potentially.
Yeah, it's a subcontinent thing. So then, there's
Rakesh
obviously
got the
another
eyes.
montage.
He's like staring at Nina and Chris dancing. He's got some
Chris,
evil, ragey eyes.
Rakesh looks like he's going to beat Krishna with the sticks.
I mean,
but,
it looks like what it is. It's a very direct scene.
But then Krishna, he gets a partner with Nina instead, and he like impresses her with the way he can dance. And just then, Rakesh gets super jealous. He takes Nina out of the event, tells her to wait for a minute, and goes back inside. Chris comes out, tries talking to Nina. Rakesh punches him, and they get into this Bollywood fight scene. This is like such a confusingly weird movie. I don't even know what to say. Rakesh and his friends start beating up on Chris. Meanwhile, Nina's the sad girlfriend yelling from a distance, being held back by his other friends. And finally, Krishna's friends come to the rescue. You know, these three Dabbus are going to actually save anyone. This is freaking ridiculous. AJ and Jagjit, the artist, and Salim, they like fight for him. And they beat Rakesh and his friends. And then right then, Krishna's about to get to punch Rakesh's lights out. And he says, like I said, I don't want to fight. And then he doesn't do it. And that's that. So then Nina says, Chris, I'm sorry for not looking at it from your side. And he says, no, you were right. I was the one that was being totally selfish. And she says, okay, all you had to do was say it. And so she uses the whole pizza thing against him from the beginning.
Oh, my God.
And yeah, that was so annoying.
Yeah.
It was so annoying. And then they like kiss. And then Jagjit is like, shabash. This is just like an Indian film. I don't know. This movie's annoying, to be honest. It was
pretty dumb. Yeah. I mean, I get it, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, this is almost 30 years ago, but still, yeah. And there's like one more scene with Jagjit, and then the movie's over. But this is all in the last 3 minutes, by the way. A lot of conflict resolution can be done at freshman parties, apparently.
During a music montage. Yeah. And then we get the nice wrap up where like Jagjit's dad comes to the event, and all of a sudden his drawings turn into event planning, and his dad is proud of that.
He made like a robot, like a Ganesh robot with all the arms, and the dad was like, did you use pulley levers? I'm like, what? Like, so he built a Hindu god for the event. So I don't know if that's sacrilegious, if you're allowed to do that, but okay, dad was into it. And that's how the movie ends.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's how the music.
Everybody got what they wanted.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. It's just so weird.
It's almost like they could have made this movie
without
without Krishna and Nina. That's what I was going to say. My final thought was just like, if you remove them, this movie still exists.
Actually, I think it's better.
Yeah.
I think the more interesting parts of this movie is Salim, is Jagjeet. And even if we learned more about AJ, that would be more interesting than this like stupid character that like hates being Indian. It's really lame.
I think this guy fucked up his career by going into this movie. He seems like he's a big shot now at a real estate company, per his LinkedIn, the actor that played Chris, but he played...
So is this tea time?
Sure. Yeah, let's dive into it. So that was American Desi. Came out in 2001. It's on YouTube. Everybody watch it. Tea time. So I did do a little bit of tea in the beginning, and we talked about the director. But the actor Deep Kadar, he was born in 1970. He is an American executive today. He works at a real estate company as a VP. He hasn't been in anything in a long time.
So he was born in 1970. So he was 31 when he was playing this freshman.
Which we said initially.
So we were right.
So he married... He was in a couple other movies. He was in that green card movie that I was talking about earlier in the episode, but he disappeared. Like, he hasn't really been in the movies. He was in a couple SVU episodes, though, which was interesting. So he's like a bit actor. That's cool. I do think this movie fucked up his career because, A, there's no range in this movie at all, right?
Yeah.
Through his acting.
Yeah,
doesn't even have to try to do anything different. He's a very good-looking guy, but he's also very... I don't know if he, like, fits well into, like, the mainstream movie scene. However, he did marry a woman named Reshma Shetty, and she played Divya in Royal Pains. Have you seen Royal Pains?
No. Oh, no.
It's an American comedy drama television series that ran on the USA Network from 2009 to 2016. And I actually watched some of the show, and she's like this hot Indian doctor in it. And he married her in 2011.
Oh, interesting.
So she was in some other things throughout the 2010s, but neither have been around Hollywood for a while. So yeah, American power couple, Desi style.
Very
Why not?
Interesting. Yeah, it's...
You seem very
this
over
movie's
this
wild.
movie.
Yeah, I know it's a classic, and I remember it being more interesting than it is, but to be honest, it sucks. It's such a stupid story. Can't understand why Kal Penn did this movie.
They made him famous. It's one of his first movies.
I guess.
And then he was in a bunch of goofy movies after this, too. So this guy, Kal Penn, played a stoner character essentially for 15 years before he was able to move on to other things, right? Because we've done his movie, Harold and Kumar. He was in The Namesake, but that was 2006, so it took a while for him to become a serious actor.
Yeah.
I don't know. Overall, we've been very clear about our thoughts on this movie throughout this episode. But one thing that I did think of was back then in 2001, we all knew this stuff existed, and we used to make these jokes ourselves, right? Oh, we have to be a lawyer, doctor, engineer. We can't be artists. Oh, we definitely can't date white girls. We definitely can't hook up at parties. So we can't do all of this stuff. But I think the reason why this movie sucks is because there was no clear answer to any of this. Do you see what I'm saying back then?
And there was no arc of his, right? Like he was just a dick the whole time, and then she was just like, thanks for what? For your friends beating up this guy? To the end of the movie, what has he possibly done besides learn one
The dance sucked too, because when they did it, I was like, you guys did a couple of tip taps and then you turned. Okay.
Yeah.
And and Rakesh already sucked, right? He was never going to get Nina, but it's not about his character arc. I think what I'm more trying to say is people like him do exist. I don't think they're interesting, right? So you don't need to make a movie about them. I think an American born confused Desi, which is a derogatory term in this film, I don't think that's a thing that's super interesting. Like, you're an immigrant, that's fine, or if maybe you were born here, but then, I don't know, there's a bunch of us. And we're not that interesting unless you do something interesting. So maybe that's why the movie sucked.
The ones that are like this are not that interesting. They just end up in government.
Boom.
Boom.
Uncle Tom's, what's up? Called out. Anyways, we should go.
Yeah.
Hey,
right.
but really quick,
So
in 2 more
that.
weeks, we're going to have another movie, The Reluctant Fundamentalist, with our boy Riz Ahmed. So stay tuned for that in 2 weeks.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. And find us at Chai After Dark on Instagram and TikTok and on all podcast platforms. Please rate us, give us 5 stars, and write us a little review. We'd love to hear it. Only good stuff. If you need to send us bad stuff, do it at Chai After Dark at Chai After Dark.
And stop calling me Sameem. My name is Sam, okay? Nah, I'm brown and I'm so sad. Bye.
Dun, 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 dun.